Hey there, it's Mike from EmployeeExitPlan.com. Thanks for checking this out. And this is a presentation on the membership site evolution that we are currently facing. So if you've ever had to deal with a membership site and were less than thrilled with the results, then I got some good news for you. Stick around and check this out. So I'm just going to go full screen with the presentation here, and we're just about to begin. Just bringing up my presenter notes. Okay, so let's start. Just going to grab a sip of water here. Boom. All right. Welcome to this quick presentation on membership site technology in 2017. I'm going to try to keep this brief and to the point, but membership site software has really evolved in the last few years while also becoming a lot more affordable. So the result is that you can create what I'm calling a smart website today quickly and easily without spending tens of thousands of dollars, while you still get to own the platform that you can build your business around. So before we get right into it, I'm going to start with some basics, starting with me. This is me. Actually, a picture from earlier today. So just thought I'd share that with you. And if you've seen my picture before, no, I'm not trying to catfish anyone. I recently decided to grow a beard for the first time since my 20s. And who knew it was going to be gray? So yeah, I guess that's what happens when you don't grow a beard for a few decades. But anyway, so we're going to have some explanation here on what's going to be on this webinar. We're going to start with the basics, like what is a membership site, the 3 types of membership access, some basic content delivery methods. We're actually not going to go into that too much because I want to keep this quick, but we'll touch on it. And an introduction to some membership site software that I think you might be happy to find out about. So let's just start with what is a membership site. So in a nutshell, a membership site protects your content from the public. And there are generally 2 different types. You have free memberships and you have paid memberships. And the reason why, going down the bullets here, you're going to see free in quotations. That's because while you might not be paying with money, you have to still pay by submitting your email address. So up until recently, the technology that would protect your content and make sure somebody paid or somebody emailed, signed up with an email, it was actually pretty stupid. I'm referring to it here as sort of like a stupid gatekeeper. So here's an example of a stupid gatekeeper. If anyone's seen The Black Knight in the movie Monty Python's Holy Grail, does anyone happen to remember what happens to the Black Knight? Like, look at him here. Doesn't he look? He looks cool. He looks imposing. He's got this. He's all black. He's got this huge long sword. But what happens to him? It turns out, while he looked pretty cool, he was actually pretty stupid and is easily defeated. So that's kind of like what these membership software platforms were like in terms of, keeping people out. So if you had a stupid, quote unquote, a dumb membership site, some of these might sound familiar to you. Have you ever had a website that only allows paid access, even if you want to give somebody free access? Or, you have free access that you can give people, but the visitor has to fill out a huge form with all types of fields in it, which is going to kill any sort of interest in somebody signing up for something for free. Or it might show, a credit card or something like that. So it scares people into thinking they have to pay whenever you're promoting a free membership. Have you ever had a membership site where you can't manually add someone? Say you want to put somebody in as an admin, or you want to put somebody in just to test out your membership, make sure it's all working, but for some reason you can't do it unless they have to pay to get in, like even if it's like a minimum of $1. That's pretty annoying. Also, if you can't give access to specific content inside of your membership, so whether it's a single page or whether it's a couple of pages, you have to either grant full access or nothing at all. If that's the case, then congratulations, you were working with a dumb membership site software. So I have a little bit of good news for you. One, it wasn't your fault if you couldn't get it to work the way you wanted it to work. Two, there are better options available now. And three, it's cheaper than you might think, considering how smart you can make your website today. So I mentioned earlier that there was a third type of membership site. So we talked about free in quotation marks because you have to submit your email address, and we had paid. So the other one that actually I'm really excited about when it comes to membership sites is what I'm referring as restricted access. So what the heck is restricted access? Well, instead of having a dumb gatekeeper like the Black Knight from the Holy Grail movie, the restricted access, you can actually restrict access, and it doesn't have to be paid. It doesn't have to be free. It can actually be both. Isn't that kind of weird? It can be based on merit. So it can be based on what people are actually doing on your site, which is why I like to call this, smart, because it's almost like it's self-aware. So you can reveal restricted content to members, whether they're free or paid, based on the actions that your members take. So this is possible when you have a smart website. It's membership software. It's like it actually has a brain. So here's a scenario for you in case you're just, trying to wrap your head around this. So say you had free content plus restricted content. How would that work, or what would it look like? Well, you could have a free membership, let people opt in, and you deliver what you promise. So say it was a 4-day, PPC class. Here's how you start with Google AdWords, and, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. And, this is a free membership. You're probably trying to use it, or if not, I recommend this. You should be using this free content to display your authority, demonstrate the quality of your training, and ideally to kind of upsell people into your paid membership from your free membership, right? But you could also unlock bonus content for the people who went through all of your free training. That's one, so that would be restricted content. So technically not everybody gets it who signs up for the free content, only the people who went through the entire thing, because as you know, people sign up for free stuff, and then because it's free, they might not get around to finishing it, or they get busy and they're like, there's no rush. This thing's free. It'll be there whenever I get back to it. Well, the people who actually do it, maybe, you can give them a special bonus because they went all the way through. The other thing you could do is put a time limit in. So now you're getting this smart membership, protected content, and you can offer it to somebody who, say, completes your course in 7 days. And you could use this as a tactic to get people to progress through your class quicker. Or if you want to purely just reward people based on merit, maybe you hold that close to your chest. You don't tell them that they get a bonus, but still you offer it just to the people who get your course done within a few days. Maybe you hint at it. Maybe you say, good things happen to the people who get through the first 7 days, get through the training within 7 days. That's the possibility that you have with restricted content using a smart membership site. That's how you can use your membership site to help market your paid membership, so doing the free content, like I said earlier. And it also allows you to discover who your best prospects are because they're completing your course or they're completing it faster than everybody else. And you can treat those people like individuals instead of just having the dumb kind of bodyguard gatekeeper who just keeps everybody out or lets everybody in. You can let certain people get special exclusive access based on what they do and what they don't do. And the cool thing is you don't have to do this. You don't have to be chained to your desk doing this manually all the time because the software is smart. So it knows what's going on. It knows who your contacts are. A smart membership site pretty much does all the heavy lifting for you once you have it set up. So enter ActiveCampaign as the brain for our membership site. So if you're not already familiar with ActiveCampaign, it's an email service provider, email marketing software that provides all kinds of cool automation functionality. A big difference with it compared to some of the other autoresponders out there like GetResponse and Aweber is that it's tag-based. So that means those other systems were using lists. So you would sign up and you would be added to a list. And then, maybe you have a prospect list, you have a buyer's list. Say you got 10 different products, maybe you got a list for each product. It basically would snowball out of control. You'd have all these lists all over the place, and you'd have to be able to come up with rules so that, if they're on the buyer's list, then they come off this list. So you basically you're managing all these lists, and even worse, if you had a contact on multiple lists, you were often getting charged for the same contact repeatedly. So if they're on 5 lists, you're paying for the same person 5 times. So that really sucked. And I know some of you are probably saying, hey, Mike, guess what? Aweber's got tags now, or GetResponse has got tags now. Yeah, but you know what? They're playing catch up because their whole system was not set up this way. ActiveCampaign has had tags for a while now, and there's some really cool stuff that you can use with tags. And you don't get charged. You get charged only for a unique email address. Doesn't matter how many lists that they're on or how many automations. So that's really cool. So it stores a contact record. So again, that unique email address is attached to the contact, and that contact, basically, once you integrate with your website, you can see what they're up to. So like, you can track their activity on your site in the contact record. So if John Doe signs up on my site, johndoe@gmail.com, I can go into the contact record and I can see, when John Doe signed up. I can see what pages he has visited on my site. And the other thing that's really cool is that initially ActiveCampaign doesn't know who the person is who's visiting your site. They're anonymous. But it does track them regardless. It tracks like the IP address and all that stuff. And then once somebody opts in for like a lead magnet or something, they come into your ActiveCampaign account. They have a contact record created. ActiveCampaign kind of mixes and matches them together and says, hey, wait a sec, I recognize this guy's IP address, and then connects it with their now registered email, so you get more data even before you know who they are. So ActiveCampaign is also where you create the tags. It's where the tags live with the contact record. It's virtually unlimited automation creation potential. Like, it's got more triggers. Well, I don't think there's any other software out there that's got more startup triggers than ActiveCampaign. So ActiveCampaign is either leading it or at least at the very head of the class. So that's really cool, because that allows you to do more with your automations. And exactly what I just said there, the unparalleled amount of start triggers, and perhaps most surprisingly is it's very powerful and very affordable. So you can start with ActiveCampaign for as little as $9 per month for 500 contacts. So that is really quite good, and that's with full access. You could create as much automation as you want for that. So that's why I really like ActiveCampaign. So as a brain, ActiveCampaign is your brain. When you factor that into a membership site, now you're getting a smarter membership. So we're going to use ActiveCampaign as the brain, and people can access the exact content you want them to access when you want them to access it. So we're going to use the tags to control content regardless of whether they paid for it or not, because like as I said, we do have restricted content we can do, right? You have complete control. This is more secure because not only are you going to restrict access to content based on someone's email or whether they paid or not, but you're also going to restrict access based on the tags they do or do not have. And it's going to integrate with WordPress, so that means it's affordable and we can customize it the way that we like. And in the past, this was impossible. Well, okay. A smart membership was virtually impossible unless you had a team of developers, you had tens of thousands of dollars to invest in customizing your site, or you wanted to create your own platform from scratch. And if anything broke after you built it, well, good luck getting it fixed, because it would be like a unicorn. There'd only be a certain, nobody else would have a site like that. So it costs you probably hundreds or thousands just to get it fixed. So sorry, as I was saying here, you're a unicorn. So I'm a little bit behind on my bullets. But now we have ActiveMember 360. That's the name of the software we're talking about that lets you have a smart website. It integrates with WordPress. It integrates with ActiveCampaign. Even better, it allows both WordPress and ActiveCampaign to talk to each other so that your website becomes smart. It recognizes your visitors, can tell who is supposed to have access to what, and allow them to view it accordingly. So we have the best of both worlds. We have the protector, but this time he's a little bit smarter. And we also have a connector, because it's just the beginning having a brain ActiveCampaign that talks with WordPress. ActiveMember, as you can see, it's the blue circle right in the middle. So it's connecting, in this diagram, it's connecting ActiveCampaign on the left, in the orange circle, WordPress on the right, the green circle, and WooCommerce, which just happens to be a free e-commerce platform for WordPress, and it's extremely popular. It's, I think, the biggest e-commerce software online, if I'm not mistaken. And it also connects with a bunch of other apps that you can see up in the top in the red circle. There's Contact Form 7, which is it's a great contact form builder for WordPress that's free. Then we've got LearnDash and Lifter, which are both learning management systems, and then Badge OS or Badge OS, which allows you to do bring elements of gamification into your membership site. So I call it the connector, in case you recognize as Red from Shawshank Redemption, played by Morgan Freeman. He was the connector. He was the guy in prison who could get you things, right? So that's almost like what Active Member is doing for you. It's connecting you with all these other extensions so that you're making an even more robust membership site. It allows, Active Member allows all these different apps to talk to each other and work together when they're supposed to. So it's a really big benefit. So just a little bit more about Active Member in case you'd like to know more about it. Not only can it do all this stuff, but on a single license, you can use it on all of your websites, as long as it's integrated with the same ActiveCampaign account. So as I said before, fully integrates with ActiveCampaign and WordPress. It restricts your content with tags. You can use it on unlimited WordPress websites as long as they are all on the same ActiveCampaign account. Whoops, sorry. And it's also affordable because it costs less than $20 a month for their premium version. So for $20 a month plus a $9 ActiveCampaign account, you can build a smart website. You can have your unlimited automations, and you can hook up with any of those apps that we were talking about earlier. So just to review, we discussed free memberships, we talked a little bit about paid memberships, and we talked about the newer type of membership, which I like to call restricted access memberships, because they don't have anything to do with necessarily being free or paid. It's up to you. We talked about dumb membership protection, which doesn't really work that good. It almost causes more headaches for you as the site owner than it does like helping you to market your site or to manage your site. And we just talked about smart membership protection, which allows you to do free, paid, or restricted access memberships. It allows you to help market your membership, because you're going to be able to place restricted content or very specific content to specific people at the right time. So it's decision time. So if you hate technology, if you hate WordPress, if you hate ActiveCampaign, if you hate websites in general, then you probably are not going to be interested in Active Member 360. It's probably not going to be the right membership site for you. But if you like having the ability to customize your website, if you're cool with figuring things out, experimenting and have a small budget, then you can actually own your platform, your membership platform, instead of renting it from a different site. If you love ActiveCampaign, if you love WordPress, and if after listening to this presentation, you love the idea of having a smart website versus, the dumb kind of gatekeeper that, causes almost more trouble than it solves, then recommend you check out Active Member 360. Go to this URL, activemember360.com. As well, if you'd like to have more training on how to use Active Member 360, how to build a smarter membership website, how to integrate with some of those other cool apps that I talked about today, then you can go and check out my website, employeeexitplan.com/AM360. There's going to be some free training there that will walk you through the basics, the fundamentals, get you up to speed fast. The purpose of this training is to take somebody from scratch, give them a chance to get a membership site up and running on their website in 30 days or less. Now, 30 days sounds like a long time. So it's not going to take 30 days. But the only reason why I mentioned 30 days is because Active Member actually does let you have a 30-day free trial. So you have a full 30 days to test out the platform with full access and see if you like it. So my training is going to help you to get set up and running well before 30 days. So you got a chance to put it through its paces and decide if it's right for you. Now at $20 a month, I think it's a no-brainer. They actually have a lesser version, sort of like a light version, which I believe is just about $10 a month. So if you can get by without all the fancy integrations with other apps and you just want basic smart website, like a basic content protection and ActiveCampaign and WordPress, then that can work for you too. But, you know, either way, it's your budget, it's your decision, it's what makes sense for your website. But anyway, I recommend go to employeeexitplan.com/AM360. You can sign up for the free training, and can't wait to see you in my next video. Thanks for watching this. That's it. Good night.